The most difficult part of the chapter the children feel is to learn about various crops and where they are grown, what kind of soil they need and climate. The children generally feel it's very boring and also very confusing. But I have made it very simple for you, and kindly make the same kind of box on your notebook and you will never forget it. Now quickly we will revise it, and this is how we go. We will write the name of the crop, the area where it is grown, the soil requirement and the climate. So quickly, first of all we will take rice. Rice, the most staple diet of the world. It's grown in China, Japan, India, Sri Lanka. The soil required for rice is the alluvial clay soil. The climate required is high temperature, high humidity and high rainfall. Next we move on to wheat. Wheat again, very important crop. It's grown in US, Canada, Russia, Australia and India. The soil is the loamy soil, and at the time of sowing the temperature required is moderate, whereas at the harvesting time it has to be bright sunshine. We will move on to the millets. Millets are grown in India, Nigeria and China. The soil is sandy and the requirement is low rainfall and moderate temperature. We move on to maize. Maize is grown in North America and Brazil. The soil has to be fertile and the temperature or the climate required is moderate. Then we move on to cotton. Cotton is grown in China, Indonesia, India and Pakistan. Black alluvial soil is the requirement and the climate has to be very high, the temperature. Jute is the next crop grown in India and Bangladesh. Alluvial soil is where it is grown and high temperature is the requirement. Next we move on to coffee. Coffee is best grown in Brazil, Colombia and India. The soil has to be loamy, drained soil and the temperature is warm and wet, the requirement. Then we move on to the next beverage, that is tea. Tea is grown in Kenya, India and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka grows the best tea in the world. The soil requirement is loamy and the climate required is cool temperature. So that was all very easy. Just note it down, write it twice and you'll never forget it about the crops, where they are grown, the soil requirement and the climate.